Anyway, what we're doing in Kerbal then is this design here. Ignore this a little bit at the moment. So basically, I've been playing around in the game, like off stream, as I was saying, and I've been a little bit ambitious because I've always wanted to get, I don't know if you guys can remember, I always wanted to get this thing operational, right? This is meant to be a interplanetary transport for Kerbals to go to and from Duna. It can carry cargo and so on and so forth, right? And I managed to get this working off stream, just in my spare time. I was just like, I want to have a go at playing around with this. It's not perfect. It's fine. It kind of works. Like, it's not like super brilliant, but it does the job I want it to do. And I kind of enjoyed doing it, so it kind of like gave me a little bit of a, I want to do more of this. So at the moment, this is what we got. And then I was like, well, if I've got like a big vessel like this that is going to be like doing cargo runs and that sort of stuff, I want something that it can dock to, something that looks pretty cool, right? Something that is maybe inspired by like Star Trek. So I went a little bit more ambitious and I designed this, right? This is the McKinley shipyard. And I'm just like, this looks pretty cool. I like this. So I designed that, and you know, I like this. It looks cool. Like the Corvette fits inside. We've got gaps for getting in and out the cargo bays, and we've got you know, a little attachment point there so that we can attach it onto like different stations, and I could come up with like other designs so that we could have like cargo sections and all sorts of stuff separated off. But I like this. I think it is overly massive, needlessly large, right? And I'm like, well, I need to get the shipyard into orbit, right? And I was like, well, I was playing around. It's like, how much does it weigh? It's 70 tons. Okay, so I'll kind of like design this super heavy lifter. I was like, hey, easy peasy. And I'm like, I'm not overly convinced that I just want to throw away rocket to get 70 tons into low Kerbal orbit. Hey, Sign, how's it going? It's a womble. It is a womble. That is correct. It is a womble. I'm back. You have a banana. I noticed that. That was the first thing I saw. And I'm like, how have you got a banana badge? And I immediately, as soon as your name popped up, I hovered over it and it said Gone Bananas badge. And I'm not going to question it. Not going to question it. That's all I'm going to say. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I could do something like this with like a super heavy lifter at the back and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I don't want to just have a rocket attached to the McKinley ship launcher. I want something that can reliably take about 72 tons worth into low Kerbal orbit, right? And land back at the launch sites. This is kind of where I got up to, this little thing here. We've got a lot of work. This is just a mass simulator at the top. Why is the missing? This is just a mass simulator at the top. The TWR is not quite right. I need to fix that. So that's probably going to be the first thing. We also need to work on these things here. I want to change this. So we're actually going to change this a little bit. This is going to become revision 2 so that we can save what we got. I need to build this fairing back up. For whatever reason, it keeps deleting itself. It's very annoying. So yeah, this is the 1st of April badge. Share a clip or something from recent streams on the 1st of April. Interesting. I haven't been on Twitch, so. To be honest, this is probably the first day I've had my computer on since the 1st of April. I never get time anymore to sit down at my PC. I'm too busy. Yeah, I've gone bananas. Yep. I mean, I was always bananas. I don't need a badge to prove I'm bananas. So I guess the first thing we're gonna do with this, we're gonna try and launch it. We're gonna see what we need. We might have to add a few, like, I don't think I want to add another engine to this. 7 engines is, in my opinion, enough. But I want to just make sure that the payload up here is going to get into orbit. Because this isn't actually 70 tons. It's about 75 tons, right? Because then I've got extra mass. Also, what are these? Interesting discovery. Discover the desert pyramids. Oh yeah, I've been playing Strange Monolith and Cove launch site. I've got like 5,000 hours in Kerbal. I didn't even know this was a thing. What the frick? This is a thing. This is in vanilla. You can, like, this was news to me. 5,000 hours, and this is news to me. There is a Cove launch site. Switch editor. Did you guys know about this? You never told me. Look. I was just flying over it. I was just flying around one day, literally the other day, and I just saw it. I was like, wait, is that something there? So I like flew down low and it's like, you have discovered this place. What? There are multiple launch sites? Why didn't anyone ever tell me this? My whole thing with the Womblex like 3 years ago. When did these get added, actually? Did these get added in like the last update for Kerbal? Was it the last update? Because that might be why I didn't ever know about it. Because I never played the last. I haven't played the last update, so I was just flying around. Long time ago, like years. Fuck. Well, the last update was 2023, right? I haven't played Kerbal since 2021, like properly. So, if it was the last update, like the actual last update, fair enough. But if it was like way before that, nobody ever fucking told me. I've got 5,000 hours on this, and I stumbled on it by chance. Also, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Discount. So what the hell? There's more of these? Well, I know this one. And I know this one because I have a DLC that unlocks those. Where are the others? Like, a huge thing. Are there any other runways? Are there any other runways, Discount? And I know, I obviously I know this one, the airfield, and I know that there is something around here, I think, where that line leads to. There's like the old site. Just the desert is the runway. Yeah, I know that one. There's no more runways. So are there like more hidden launch pads like this? It's actually a little bit disappointing because I flew over and it was like, you have discovered the Cove launch site. I'm like, what? What is this? And like, I came out here and I'm like, it's just a launch pad. This is like completely useless. Apart from it looks like you can get things into the ocean here, which possibilities for boats, recovery boats, right? So how long has this been here, Discount? Like, how long has it been in the game? Anyway, that's beside the point. That's beside the point. So yeah, I found that the other day after 5,000 hours worth of Kerbal. It must have been added after I stopped playing, because there's no way I wouldn't. Mind you, I never really went like Easter egg hunting. I've never done like any of the Easter egg hunts. But I did have like a full GPS like coverage. Like proper full-blown GPS low curb in orbit coverage on one of my saves, right? And I would have thought that that would have been able to pick up, like, random launch sites that you could go to. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's launch this. I want to see kind of where it's going. So how are you, Discount? What have you been doing? So today's stream's only going to be a short stream. Because the football's on at 5. So I'm going to watch that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Check your staging. Okay, so I need to, because I have made a few changes to this since the last time I tested this. I still want to make sure that everything can get into orbit first. I do have a feeling that the TWR on this vessel is not going to be great. But we can see, oh yeah. What is the TWR? 1.1, okay. So we might have to increase the... the mass of that. This is loud. Why are you so loud, game? To be honest, I'm not 100% sure when they were added, but have been around for ages for sure. Well, I mean, like, anything that's in the game now has been around for ages, because the game's not been updated since the end of 2023, right? That was the last update. That was the final update. And I never played that update. I never played it. The last time I properly played Kerbal was when we were designing... When I designed the Womble X Mark IV save, and I was like, hey, chat, you design missions for me, and you can just pay me, and that's how we'll do the save, because that was an interesting, fun idea. Which, by the way, now I think about it, I've been reading through that, an introduction to the Womble X save, like with all the rules and all the stipulations and everything like that. I put a lot of effort into that. Why did we stop? I put so much effort into the planning of that. We stopped probably because I burnt out on Kerbal, right? But you could tell that I'd wrote that during COVID because I had a lot of time. A lot of time on my hands. June, okay, thanks. Been watching the daughter do some performing arts this morning. What sort of performing arts? Kerbal, you're still loud. You're still louder than me. I don't like it when you're louder than me. There we go, that's better. Okay, so obvious problems from this. There is a little bit of a issue when it comes to roll control. I might want to lock some of the gimbals on the engines to stop that, maybe. It's also listing lazily to the left, which, yeah, sums up a lot of my rockets that I've ever built. Now, because the booster is supposed to be a return to launch site, the idea is the apoapsis needs to hit about 50 kilometers before we jettison. We then jump over to the second stage. We set that flying, switch back to the first stage, get that so it's on a trajectory up to the 70 kilometer mark, and then it should be on a bit that comes back to Kerbal, I think. So that's the idea. Will you stop? See, this is the biggest problem. Right, of course. No, stop. Don't want to burn. Now, did I do my staging on this correctly? I did. There we go. I think that needs to be saved for the landing, and then that is for the like the boost back, something like that. God, I haven't done this sort of a thing in ages, and I'm really bad at it. Well, I haven't played the game in ages, so. Okay. So, we can't switch, because we're not out of the atmosphere, and the second stage is collapsing, so that's no good. So I'm going to put that down to the TWR on the first stage, right? Oh my god. Camera. So we can change the TWR on the first stage with the... Now, let's see if I can remember how to do this. So we want the robotic controllers. Gonna have one of those. We want to open editor. No, I need to assign it in the action groups, right? So if I go to this one, and we want to... Is it toggle thrust? Toggle engine? No. No, 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 no. I don't... Oh. Toggle independent throttle? No. Maybe? No. What is it? How do you overclock things? Thrust limiter. Yeah, I couldn't see it. For some reason, I couldn't see it. Controller. Thrust. Stop it! Get rid of that. This one? Where is thrust limiter? I cannot see. Oh, it's right at the top. You're an idiot. Okay. Okay. So then we go back into the... Womble, you blithering idiot. Yeah, I know. Nothing changes. Well, I guess I'm not idiotic, I'm just blind, right? Like that is at least for me. Then we can open this back up, and then we want to... Yeah. Yeah. And then that should give us... No, I didn't mean to actually... No. So thrust limiter 112% on that one, right? Do I want to add that to everyone? Now the problem is that we won't get the TWR, the correct TWR readout, unless we put it on the pad, I think, right? I think if we overclock every engine, that is probably... Oh. See. Wait. I can do this. So then we... Is that the copy? That's the copy. And then this one's the paste. There we go. It should change dynamically. Yeah, so it should change dynamically when you're flying it. It won't tell me in the actual editor here. Right? So let's... do that. We'll do a proper... We'll do a proper launch this time. Thank you. Just from the launch pad, though. I don't want to go to the cove. And my staging is wrong as well. And that should get past the problem that I had, because basically we weren't getting high enough fast enough. I think. I don't know. It's been a while. What are we on? Right. I know why. I didn't put the controller in the right place, right? You might have to move the stage to the bottom. And temporarily remove the boosters. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I can't. Is that working? That's what I want to know. I can't access it because I'm bad at the game. I also know that those air brakes are not going to be in the right place. That's fine. In camera there we go. That should be enough. Where is it? It is. Oh no. It is there, so it's not enough if Do you know what I should have done? I should have just checked on the You can tell that I'm like really clunky with this. Thrust limiter 100%. Maybe it's the thrust limiter? Okay, so that's interesting. It's only the middle engine that's kind of done that state up. That's fine. Okay. All right, let's go back to revert. Because I haven't got something correct there. Let's switch back over to this editor because I can't. I've never been able to use the spaceplane hangar. I've never been able to use the launch thing. Open this editor. So wait a second. Which one is? Oh, you have to do them all individually. That makes sense why it was not acting the way I thought it would. Let's just get rid of this for a second. Oh, it's because they're out of symmetry. I see. So 2 is that. Huh. 3 is air brakes. So basically I've got no way of shutting down those engines there. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's fine. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. There we go. That should change it. If you put them on individually, it could take off and add back in the symmetry. The reason why... No, I took this and this one out of symmetry so that I could only have 3 engines on. So I could shut down 4 and then have 3 on for the boost back and then shut down 2 and then have 1 for the landing or have 3 for the landing kind of thing. That was the reason why I did that. I can play around with that in a sec. We need to get the launch right first. Okay, this is an actual launch attempt then. Now, if I remember correctly, you have to jettison at like the 50-kilometer mark, thereabouts, and then you should be good. Do you need the extra TWR from the vectors though? I mean, they're super powerful as it is. From all the vectors, probably not. Yeah, this TWR is not updating. I need 7 vectors really on there, to be honest. I mean, I'm lifting 70 tons, right? Like, actually, it's not 7. The booster is lifting a lot more than 70 tons. This is probably like 150 tons because of the second stage. That second stage is quite a beefy second stage. And eventually I'd like to get a way of recovering the second stage as well. But because it's a return to launch site booster, it's super inefficient in this stage. So really, this setup should be able to do a lot more than the 70 tons. But I want to be able to recover the booster because that's cool, right? Like, who doesn't want to recover the booster? And of course, I will have to work on the second stage. Like, the second stage isn't going to stay like this. Oh, you bastard. That's not a good sign, is it? What did I blow up? Well, whatever I blew up, it wasn't... I don't know, it wasn't necessarily vital. Okay, I think that is good. The Neptune probe. I don't know what that was. I've been mucking about with KOS, have a script that lands the first stage back near the launch site. Just need to work it on its guidance to a fixed landing target. That would be cool. Yeah, I am tempted to, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I'm tempted to, we need to switch, need to switch, need to switch, need to switch. Come on. Come on now. Ah, switch! Switch! Thank you. I've been tempted to put some mods on. I realize in the past I've been very vocal against mods. Oh boy, we're past the AP. That's not a good sign. Because I'm not going to be able to switch back to this. I know, mods. Well, it's because we don't have a version of Kerbal. Maybe we need to get this bit higher than what it was. Because I'm not going to be able to switch back to the probe, am I? I'm not going to be able to switch back. I'm not going to be able to, because you can't switch when you're in the atmosphere. So, yeah. okay? So we're going to stay in the atmosphere because our AP is lower. So I think we need a different flight trajectory, and it should be okay. And I can't revert flight because I've already switched. And also, this doesn't have the delta V to be able to get it into... It does have the delta V to get it into orbit. I'm just bad at managing. Well, it looked like it was about to land on the launch site, so I got the boost back, right? Okay, let's go back to the tracking center. I typically think that the idea is lob over 70k for long enough boost, the second stage in stable orbit before switching back to the first stage for landing. Yes, I think you're right. I need to have, when I switch back to the second stage needs to be in like near to the 70 kilometer mark as possible so that we can switch back to land the booster and then potentially go back to the second stage to get a better circularization. That's kind of what we need. That's kind of what we need. So maybe that was launch trajectory. I think I might have... No, I think my launch trajectory was okay. Maybe we just need like a little extra delta V on that first... on the first burn, just to give it a little bit more push. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll just keep hold of the booster for a little bit longer, because I think I've got more than enough landing fuel. Neptune. There it is. Why did I name it Neptune? I don't know. It was a name that stuck out at me. Okay, so what we'll do then, we will unhook this. We'll say we'll use a little extra fuel in this tank here. What did I blow up, by the way? It said probe core that was destroyed, but the, maybe that's because the tip of the engine is like on there? I don't know. Okay. Right, let's play with the launch trajectory. I think it might have been the launch trajectory on this, because there's always going to be a fine margin when it comes to these launches. It's always going to be the case. And the aim for this is to say, it's a 70-ton lifter. I've got 75 tons worth of mass here. So, yeah, that's another thing that I need to think about. Oh, staging every time. Why is that wobbly? Do I? Hold on. Well, the math works out. Hey, Maz, how's it going, my dude? It's been a while. It's been a while. This is the first time I'm playing Kerbal in like 4 years, by the way. Well, first time on stream. I've played it a little bit off stream in the last couple of months, but yeah. Yeah, all of these are fine. Maybe I need to just turn the TWR a bit on this a little bit more. I feel like I'm forgetting how to do something here. Where is it? Okay. Where is it? It's in here. It's there. Paused. Open editor. Right. Okay, I am forgetting how to do something. That should give us the extra little push. Yeah, it's little things like that that it's going to take me a while to get back to used to. Yeah, you've been waiting here patiently in the KSP category for the last 4 years. It's been that long. It's 2021 when I last played Kerbal. So it's actually 5 years. No, 4 years. It's 2025 this year, is it? It's still 4 years. I'm correct. I can count. It's fine. I didn't check my staging, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm not exactly going to be designing the most elegant rocket straight off the back. There we go. Now we're not all over the place. Did this update? So, I don't know. I don't know whether the TWR readouts work. So we want a little bit more of a shallow launch. See if my theory is correct. Also, definitely don't want to burn the mass inhibitor. So I'm gonna hook this up because I don't want to burn all the way through that. We want to burn like a third of this, I think. I wrote a mission blurb and a payload for delivery and then Womble quit KSP. Listen. Yeah, you did do that. Like, you were all ready for that. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, yeah. Well, maybe one day I'll do it. You know, it's fine. If I get really down the rabbit hole of Kerbal again, right? And we start like adding a few mods or whatever, I don't know. I might come back to the whole concept of submit your payloads idea, because I put a lot of effort into that. I put a lot of effort right in that, and then I just didn't do it. I was just like, no, I'm done. The truth comes out. There we go. We'll do that. That's what we'll do. Then we'll do this. I want to just do that. We'll kind of set that about there. Switch back over to this. Do this. And then we'll try. Get this boost back burn right. I'm gonna aim for that. I think that looks about right. I just need to now wait. And fortunately, that's now above the 70-kilometer mark, so I'm not going to have the problem of not being able to switch back over. I couldn't do it without Womble. Actually, I was just looking back and found I'd started designing a mining base for Minmus 4 years ago and haven't finished it. That's one of my projects, is a mining base for Minmus as well. Like that's what I would like to try and do. Hello. Okay, so this we just need to get into a nice orbit before this drops below the 50-kilometer mark. Did I decide whether there was enough Delta V in the second stage? I think there was, right? Like, I think I had just about enough. I think the next challenge is actually going to be being able to fly this and land this. I think we're going to have to change that, the first stage quite a bit. There's going to be quite a bit of iterations in this. Okay, this is getting scary. It's not actually in a non-degrading orbit just yet, but it's close. What did I... 3? Why am I doing this at nighttime, by the way? So I don't think these air brakes are necessarily the correct thing to be using, because it's not gonna help me. I'm also like overshooting as well, so we need to get that. Oh, also I did put a landing leg thing in this, maybe? Gears? No? There we go. Why? So I currently don't have control. Well, I've got control, it's just I can't seem to steer it. So that'll be the next thing. Whoops. Okay. Because they won't expect you to attack at night. Okay. Okay. So in terms of the actual booster, we've got the right amount of Delta V in, right? That's fine. The landing legs kind of worked. I obviously just forgot to burn. So that's a me problem. I can't remember how to land things back at the launch site. I also did an overshoot as well, so we'll have to like work on that. Boost back burn. I burnt a little bit too much. Did we have enough Delta V to be able to land that though? I'm not sure we did. Okay, so I want to change the actual landing mechanism because I want to be able to like fly it, point it kind of like a missile, almost, without affecting the actual launch capabilities, which is why I used the air brake originally, but the air brakes just, they weren't working. So I need to get that fixed in my brain. So Neptune here. So this will be revision 3. So let's get rid of this because I don't think they're effectual. What else can we use though? So these won't. What does this do to like the center of mass? Area of lift. Oh god, this is not the best launch vehicle to be doing this in. Taller? Will you not go taller in here? Fine, we'll go over here. Ah. Yeah. How did I do it before? So that's not the way of going about it. How have I done it in the past? I feel like I have used these Avalons. But then kind of like use them as air brakes, maybe? Well, let's try it with like let's try it with these. And then when it decides it wants to flip, I will just get very hissy with it, right? Like, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get very pissy when it decides to flip. I'm kind of hoping that the gimbal can counter it, but I don't think it's gonna work like that. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Number 3 here. This is gonna be activate roll. No, activate all controls. That's it. Perfect. Whoop. Save it. Yeah, center of drag looks high. Yeah, it does. Well, the thing is, I could add a little bit down here to bring that area of drag down, and then we can close that. I could add something down here to balance that out, but then it's not going to want to. Oh no, it would. It could. That might be the answer. This might legit be the answer, actually. Like, I think I just. Hold on. Where are we? Okay. Yeah. Might be the answer. That might legit might be the answer, because by the time it's on its own, all the mass will be down here anyway. And then we want it to go this way back. Or Space Cake. Hey Buzz, welcome in. So that might be the answer. That will be that. I will do that after this launch. I want to see if the gimbaling will be enough to counteract. 'Cause they're very strong gimbaling engines, the Vectors. So the gimbals might just be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got you back. The gimbaling might, you know, it might be fine. Also, it's going to be hilarious to watch this flip, right, during launch. So we're going to not do the sensible thing just yet. Oh, I'm still at nighttime. Get the popcorn out. Stop it, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Uh-oh, what was that? Okay, it's fine. We're back. I don't know what got unplugged, but I nudged something. Sunrise! Click to sunrise! No! There we go. My god, I've already started making a mess. Like, all of this debris. We'll have to clean that up at some point. The best time when the rocket launches into daylight, about 1k up. As long as I've got daylight, I don't mind. Just for the, Oh, we're about to get an ad just as I'm about to launch. Rip. Yeah, I don't care about the daylight. As long as I'm landing when it's daytime, that's kind of more what I'm bothered about. Oh, I still haven't got this staging stuff right. Like, come on, Womble. It's a simple thing. Do we have, like... Throttle limiter... Thrust limiter is, like, not... where I want it to be. So I haven't got this controller right either, have I? Open editor. I want to... Please. Oh, yes. I remember now. I remember how this works. It doesn't update until you mess around with it. Okay. We're fine. That's why I wasn't getting the Delta V. I remember. Okay. This is totally not going to flip out on me, right? We know this because the gimbals will work. Yeah? The gimbals will work. It will solve everything. It's already so unstable, I can feel it. It's so unstable. This is so unstable. This is not going to end well. It's like throwing a dart backwards. It's not going to work. And the thing is, as it gets higher, the center of mass is shifting further and further down. Actually, no, it's not. It's going further and further up because this is stable, right? I think we're good. There's the center of mass. So that's the center of mass right there. I think it's okay. What? How? How is that working? I guess because the payload here is like kind of not affecting it. Is it F12? Aerodynamic forces. Yeah, look. Yeah, it's working. It's working. It's working. Lot of drag from up here, but that's fine. That's kind of what you would expect. Okay, so we want about half. That will do. About there. Actually, that can probably go more to there. This. I think I overshot a little bit, but it's fine. Do you know what? Weirdly, I think it needs to line up with like the Cove launch site and the airfield, maybe. Now we just need to wait to switch over to the second stage. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. It's a better launch than last time as well, because you can see that last time I was like way off trajectory to like a equatorial orbit. This is just a better launch. I do need to keep an eye on this though, because I don't want it to drop too low. Oh, I'm burning through the bloody payload mass. Oh well. Is what it is. Okay. Switch. Okay. Okay. Right, now the difficult bit is trying to figure out how to land this. So we're gonna F5, because I can't be bothered to do that launch again. We're gonna do that. Which should have... Wait, just need to activate everything? Okay. Yeah, always steering this was difficult. I remember now. Okay, well, the Avalon's there, they're not working, they're not doing anything, they're crap. Oh, I forgot to burn again, because I'm an idiot. I forgot to burn again. Do 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 do. I'm gonna be doing this quite a few times. So we need to burn in that kind of a direction. Yeah, I can't remember how to fly these things. I legit cannot remember how to fly these things. We'll just see if we can get a soft landing in the ocean. Okay, so I've got more than enough delta V. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. If that was on land, that would have been okay. Because the crash tolerance of those grip pads, look, you can see that the pads were the things that landed it. So that would have been fine, right? I just need to get the trajectory right, and then we're good. Is this a proof of concept? I don't know if this is a proof of concept at this point. It's just I can't remember how to fly the vessel because it like there's the problem with the return to launch sites is that there's such a small margin of like error, and I'm very out of practice, right? So things that we need to change on the upper stage then. Because we've got the Delta V in here, so this Delta V is good. Although, that being said, it did burn through like a little bit of the mass, but should still be alright. We need to have some way to return this thing. We need a recoverability option. We also need a payload fairing to go on it. I need some form of control so that we can deorbit this and do all sorts of things. Interesting. Actually, do you know what? No, we need to focus on the booster, right? The booster's fine. I have no control over where that booster is landing in the final parts, right? I have no control over that. So I'm thinking I need to switch back to the air brakes. I mean, ideally, I want to be able to fly it, right? Like, and kind of like do how a bomb orientates itself. But I don't know how. I understand. I think I understand the concept. It's just the... Where is it? Neptune Mark III. Oh, no. Okay. It's because I guess I'm an idiot. It's fine. It's why you don't do like massive builds ever. So the one thing that Kerbal 2 got right was the spaceplane hangar, right? Like the way that it was able to maneuver around and build things in the spaceplane hangar. Okay, so I do not like these. I think that was worse than having the air brakes. At least with the air brakes, it was also had the benefit of kind of slowing everything down. Even if I didn't have much control over the vessel. I know why they didn't work, actually. I know why those Everlons didn't work. Because it needs to kind of like be like this, right? Yeah, that's why. But before it was, they were like that. That was never gonna work. It needs to be that way around. We'll try this. We'll try this. This is my next next thing, and I'm gonna make sure that that's not doing anything until I want it to. No. Activate all controls, please. Thank you. Something else that we wanted to do, that we spotted that I realized, was open up this. No. Oh no, we're good. Okay, we're good. Open this up and do like that, because then it will get the thrust controller. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's revision 3. Try again. We'll try again. Oh, I X'd out of them. Alright, let's launch it. So what's everyone doing this weekend? It's quite nice weather outside. I have been outside already this morning. I went out for a run. And it was already started, like, it was quite cold when I started running, but then by the end of it I was actually quite warm, so. It's only 14 degrees though, so it's not like super hot. Oh, I still didn't change the staging. It's like my weakest part of this game is the staging. So it's always very unstable during this part of the launch. And that just could be because it's got a lot of gimbals and it's trying to do quite a lot of things. Like, I've got a roll program on there as well. I'm playing some Minecraft this morning. Nice! Are you doing any, like, projects or anything for Minecraft? Like, what you got going on? Ah! Focus. Ship engineering, designing a new ship. Space engineering? That's in space engineers? Do you know I never really like properly got into that? I made a pack for 1.20 a little while ago and I've been progressing a bit, doing a bit of mining in the nether at the moment. Nice. Yeah, you see I went. Minecraft's probably like now the only game that I will never play with mods. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, we definitely need like some form of ability of control for that, but it's fine. Let's do this. Don't actually need to raise the AP that much. I think there? Yeah. I think there. And then I'm gonna like unhook this. I'm gonna hit 3. I don't know why we're rolling so much. And then let's switch back over to this. Initially controlling the booster from the initially controlling from the booster's core. No, I'm not. I'm controlling from the top up here, from the upper stage. Do you think I should control it from the core after stage separation? I mean, we can work that out first. I just want to like get proof of concept first. That's kind of like my main goal. The AP is a lot higher than I thought it would be. That's okay. I mean, this second stage, this is just kind of like a throwaway stage at the moment. Eventually, I want to be able to return this with like parachutes and stuff. And we need to design like a fairing, and they need to be like adjustable fairings as well, like fairings that I can change and alter as and when. Controlling from the lower core at launch should help with wobbling. Is that right? I didn't know that. I'll have to, we'll have to try that. I guess it makes sense actually, because you want to control from where your center of mass is, right? Or like as close to your center of mass as possible, because then there'll be less of like a pivot kind of thing, if that makes sense. Helps keep the SAS and overcompensating adjusting too hard. Yeah, because otherwise, like if you're really far, like your probe core that you're really far away from, you're just like pivoting, right? Like, okay, so this doesn't want to roll, and it's also not doing what I'm expecting it to do, weirdly enough. Actually, no, it is. It's doing exactly what I'm expecting it to do. I'm reading the nav ball wrong. No, I need to go that way. Oh no, it's drifting! Ow! Ow! No! Yes! Hey! I'm gonna take that. That's not bad. I wasn't expecting to land it that easily. Oh. I'll absolutely take that. That's not bad. I mean, like, it's not where I was really hoping to get. I'm hoping to get like really close up to it. That would be cool, but hell yeah! I'm pleased with that. That was a lot easier to control as well, like with these. So I think I just need to adjust my brain to how to control it. That'll do. That'll do. Absolutely, because then I get 100% recovery funds from there. This is good. McKinley shipload launcher. Let's switch back over to this because I don't think I got it in an orbit that was stable. I mean, there's still like some improvements that we can do with like the control of this. It's only just not. There we go. Now it's actually in a stable orbit, please. And it's got 200 meters a second with the payload attached. But like I said, there's no like controls or anything like that, and I'm pretty sure it's burnt through that little bit as well, again, because I didn't lock it in the editor. Okay. There we go. We'll leave that because then it will delete itself. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased with how that went. It seems to work, I guess. Okay, do you have any more tips on what I need to do to kind of like fine tune the booster? I think I'm not convinced I have full control over the booster during its descent. Like, ideally I want to be able to like use it as a target and like get it right over here, like pinpoint the accuracy right down. But I guess the best way to do that is during the boost back burn, right? Like when I boost it backwards, that's the best time to get it like bang on accurate. And that is what I remember doing it from last time. Like when I used to launch these. Cause I wonder if I've even still got the craft file. I don't know if it might be in the engineering, like the original engineering save. Because I feel like the booster now is in a place where you can say, yeah, it sort of works. Like, it sort of works. And I don't want to, like, over stress about that. Add some extra wings so the center of lift is close to the center of mass. So the center of lift is closer to the center of mass of an almost empty booster. We could do that, yes. Because then you get better control, right? It's not just gonna... We'll give more cross-range control. Yes. Yes. We could do that. That is a good idea. But yeah, like when I do have the old craft files. So this was my original design. Now bear in mind this was quite an old thing. I mean, it was designed to work like the Falcon 9, but I never quite got it right. And maybe at some point I can get this. Ah, that's how I did it. The Evelons were up there, I see. Yeah, maybe at some point we can get this actually working again. This would be pretty fun. So this was designed to be designed like the Falcon 9, but the hinges I don't think ever worked on this, so I never actually had the landing gear. I think the last version of this that actually worked on landing was like this. Yeah, this was it. This was the last version that worked, because I remember before we had the hinges, I undocked and then redocked the landing legs. Oh god, that's... You can tell that this is a long time ago because the mission flag wasn't even the Womble X mission flag. So I think this was the last version that actually worked. Like, you've got makeshift hinges there. Do you remember those? Do you remember these? When you use makeshift hinges? I remember these. God, they were so janky. They hardly ever worked correctly. I never really got it right. Oh, yes. And then the upper stage was designed to have, like, fuel tanks on so we could use it as, like, an interplanetary transport thing. I'd forgotten about that. I wonder if I've still got that interplanetary transport thing. Might be. Yeah, so the version 1.4 was when hinges came out in the game, and it kind of ruined my designs. Like, I never got it right after that. Kinda want to give it another go after watching Urban Venture. So this was the stage 2. So this here, oh god, I was such a cheat. Look at that. I have 2 docking ports. Like clipped into each other. But this here was the upstage, right? And the upstage, let's see if I can find the interplanetary, it was like IPT or something like that. He should be around your time zone and streams here. Yeah, the problem is that I tend not to have time to actually watch streams anymore, so I'd love to watch people. This! No, it wasn't this. It wasn't this. This isn't what I'm thinking of at all. Well, it kind of is. Like, this top half was designed to be able to be used at the top of the Athena 9. And then you would launch the other parts, like, in the same payload fairing, and then you'd just, like, dock it all together. No, there was another thing that I designed that was like a cargo runner, like a small cargo runner thing. Wasn't the LM. I never got the LM to work. That was the lunar module, I think. So it was like a lunar lander. Yeah, I never got this to work. That was just me messing around with, again, pre-hinges. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've got so many crap files. I mean, it's great having this many craft files because you get to like play around with a bunch of stuff, but on the other side, you can never find the shit that you want, like when you're going back through it. Maybe it doesn't exist. But anyway, no, there was like, there was a design at one point where, there's the IPT, so I did save it into the Mark II. There was a design at one point where it would be like the IPT, so this is the interplanetary transport, right? But instead of it being a transport on the top, it would just be the second stage of the Athena, and then you'd dock these tanks to it, and it could just like pull and push things to and from places. That was my concept, anyway. Urban Venture, let's have a look at this. Does he primarily stream Kerbal then? Is that? Oh wow, okay, I'm just like looking at a clip of his, and it's like, Jesus, okay, that's beyond me. Oh, he's got like a biplane? Cool. I will give him a follow and I will check him out. Yeah, unfortunately I don't get a chance to kind of like watch streams anymore. Like I haven't actively watched a stream for probably over a year, other than like Discount and people I actively know. I tend not to watch Twitch, but if I get a chance at some point, I will. I'll have a look. How much is this? This is 67 tons. So, in theory, if we add this to my booster, I should be able to launch this and return space dock. Now we're talking. Yeah, this is basically what I was building the booster for, right? Was the space dock, right? So a while ago, like, as I've gone back into Kerbal, I designed my Corvette. This was always going to be a thing, right? Like, I just never got around to actually, like, finessing it so it actually works. So I designed the Corvette, and then I was like, well, if I'm having a Corvette, if I've got, like, a transport thing that's meant to go to and from Duna and deliver, like, packages and things, it needs a space dock, right? Like, you need a space dock. So I have the shipyard with the craft docked to it, right? I was like, hell yeah, but now I need a way to launch this. And I was like, well, it's about 68 tons, right? So I was like, okay, well, potentially I could just, you know, design a throwaway booster, like nice and easy, nice and simple. Bob's your uncle, easy, right? Yeah, sure. And I was like, well, no, we're not doing that. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not just making it that easy, you know. I'm going to do it properly. So that's why we're working on Neptune, is because, yeah, because I want to launch my thing. Right, let's change the root part for this. Do you know, I don't think this probe core's orientation is quite right either. I didn't want that. We'll just move that off of there. So we were saying that this, all right, this is gonna have to go up here. All right. So what do we need? We needed, what was your suggestions? We said, we said controlling the lower core was stopping from wobbling. I agree with that one. Tweaking the fuel priority so that it ends up with the tank you need for the center of mass is in the right place. So at the moment, the fuel priority has all of the fuel here. But maybe we change it so that the center of mass ends at the top of the... Well, hold on. Where are we in terms of center of mass, right? So that's going to be empty. 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 This is going to be empty. This is going to be empty. This is going to be empty. And during landing, we've got about that much fuel, right? So that's where we're at. That's why it's very difficult to control. Okay? I have an expendable booster that can SSTO 500 tons into loco no but I don't think I've ever done 500 tons. Kind of want to submit to that urban as a fix my craft redeem. And say I can't get it to land properly. Very good. Okay, so I've got this here. Yeah, 500 tons is, I think that's more than I've ever done in terms of a launcher. I've never done a 500 ton thing. The highest I've got is probably about 100 tons. Well, what was the... No, distraction. So this is where we're at. So we need to bring the area of lift down, don't we? Because I don't really want to mess around with the fuel priority. Let's bring the area of lift down. I think discount's right. If I throw these on. What does that do to the area of lift? Okay, that's a big no. That's a no. Okay, I have changed my mind. I think it's fuel priority. This is going to be a pain in the backside then, because I've got to do this in bits. Take that off, put that there. Please. Okay. Please make this easy. What is that? Was that an easy fix? So now the center of mass. So I've not changed anything. I've just changed where the center of mass would be with the fuel, right? Because that would be empty. Where even is the center of mass? I can't see it, which is worrying. Oh, it's all the way up here? Why is it all the way up there? What? What do you mean it's all the way up there? Okay. Fix your shit, Kerbal. Enraged Eris? Yeah. He had a 2,000 ton lifter? Yes, I do remember that, actually. 2,000 ton lifter, yeah. I don't know if I'll ever need that. So do we want to make the center of mass somewhere up here then? So that we've got finer control? Maybe. Also, I need to adjust this back to there, I think. Perfect. Could do some wings at the bottom to bring that down. I could do... Yeah.
Each day he steps into the yard.
Yeah, we could do. We could do.
I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet.
Wait, I'm missing a
that takes his seat.
fuel tank somewhere. Yeah, I'm missing a fuel tank. Have I deleted a fuel tank by mistake? Or am I just being insanely dumb? Yeah, I'm definitely missing a fuel tank. Oh no, it's there! It's there! Okay, I'm not missing it, it's fine. Well, I could move these so that we get the fuel at the top. That will kind of bring the center of mass into the center of the craft during landing. Depends how much flying you want to do versus just having some control. I think I would prefer to get it so that I could fly it, so that we can control it for the landing, if that makes sense. But the center of mass still needs to be like kind of probably here. That's probably my target. Like this would be the ideal spot. So let's take that off. Nope. Take that off. Take that off. Put that. Oh, now the tanks are going to be upside down, aren't they? So that would be better. And then we've still got the fuel drain. So as the fuel is draining, the central mass is going lower. Yeah, it is a Bruce Willis cigarette from Fifth Element. Yes. So this... Hold on. Let me think. How much fuel do we need for the landing? Probably about that much. I don't think I can land it just on one of these tanks. We say about that, maybe? A little bit higher? So that is about what we need in terms of landing there. Should we try that? Should we try that? So this is going to be revision 4, because we're changing things. Yeah, we'll try that. What do I actually want to change before I do this? We want to make sure that this is correct now. Was there anything else we needed to change while we're in the editor? So I've kind of got the fuel priority. That's all good. Because it's draining down apart from the bit right up here. And we should get a little bit more control out of this. Just bring that out a bit as well. Is there anything else we needed to change in the editor, or something I wasn't bothered about? Only the first stage. We're only working on the first stage at the moment. We'll work on the second stage in a sec. I don't think there was. I can't think of anything, but I could be wrong. I mean, there's always something. There's always something I forget when we're doing this. So I'm sure it'll come back to me. I need to get my notepad back out, and so I can start scribbling down notes during launches and stuff. Because ideally, I would like to create like a launch guide, so that I can launch this and not have to remember, like rely on my very fragile brain. Oh, I know what it was. It was controlling from the core probe on the booster. We can do that on the launch pad for now, but yeah. I guess it might be doing that anyway because I changed what the root part was. It will control from there. There we go. It's still got a wobble during the roll program. I'm putting it down to the Avalons, to be honest. I think they're potentially messing with things. Because it was fine before I added those. Oh. Wait. Did I not fill that all the way back up? Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Okay, well... You do an action group to only activate them after you're on the way down. The Avalons? Yeah, I've got them set up as an action group for that. So they don't work until they are turned off until then. I forgot to fill up the rest of the thing and then lock off these tanks. Well, I'll lock off those tanks. I don't accidentally burn too much. What's your engine setup? What do you mean my engine setup? I've got 7 vectors on the bottom. Ah, maybe I'm over gimbaling actually. That could be another thing. Like, it could be over gimbaling. Because the vectors gimbal a lot, right? Probably turn off gimbaling on all the outers. I need the gimbaling on some of the outers because I need to be able to do a roll program, right? So... yeah, like these, I could probably turn those off. Let's try that. Because I launch with a roll program. And then I'm using three of the vectors to land, so they're the ones that can have the gimbaling, I guess, because that will help me with control during the landing burn and yeah. So there's 7 vectors, 4 of them don't have gimbal at the moment, and 3 of them have 100% gimbal. That's what we've changed. That will help with the control. Yeah, it's over controlling, that's what it is. To be honest, like, I could probably just fix it by putting in finite controls, but then I'll forget to turn them off. And then when it comes to landing the thing, I'm not going to be able to land it. Yeah, there we go, that's better. I can already tell that's better. By just having 3 of the engines gimbal instead of all of them. Still got a bit of wobble. If I focus down here... well, they're not actually trying to correct themselves, so that's something. I also need to get that right, because it should be those that are the ones that are gimbaling. Should be those 3, not those 3. I've got that wrong. The engine plate must have gone on backwards or something. Interesting. We can check that. Remind me, I need to check the engine plate, because I think the engine plate's gone on wonky. But it's definitely a lot more stable now that I don't have all the engines gimbaling, so that's something. Although I do think that some of the thrust on this isn't quite right. Oh no, we're good. Weird. Don't want the McKinley. That. Oh my goodness, I lost all control there. Why did I lose control? Not quite sure why I lost control there. I think I just hit the wrong button by in error. The launch trajectory was very different to last time. Interesting. I don't know why I'm circularizing this. I don't need to... we're not working on the second stage. Let's continue working on the first stage. I don't know why I'm bothering. I know there's enough delta V in there. We need to work on the second stage anyway, so there's no point in me circularizing. I know it can make it. So these should now be activating. So they are. So I've got 800 meters a second. So the center of mass is like right in the center of this. It is right in the middle. So we should be able to control this at least a little bit better. Do you know another thing that I'm thinking? Maybe I don't need like this only, like we can almost do this as a plane kind of thing where we only have like 2 Avalons instead of the... So we just do like pitch. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. I think we need to change the placement of the Avalons. Ah. Hello. It wants to go the wrong way. Yeah, okay. So having the center of mass where it is not good. See, this is weird to me because it shouldn't be this way around. It should be the other way around. There's obviously an error somewhere in the... So the center of mass is here, but the area of lift should be like way down there. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Revision 4 doesn't work. So I'm only gonna go for another hour on this anyway, so. Let's put a little bit of music. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're good. For a second there, it wasn't loading. It was like giving me a grey screen of doom. Okay, so there's a number of different things that we need to check the engine plate, because I think when I took the engine plate off and then put it back on, it wasn't right. We're also going to move around those fuel tanks again so that the center of mass is lower down. Because that did not want to come back engine first. I guess the fuel tanks themselves are giving lift, right? Hello, animal. How are you, sir? So revision 4 doesn't work. We know this. So let's not save revision 4. We'll take that off because that's better now. We will take this off, and I'm going to. Wait, no, I didn't want to do that. Put that there. Try it that way around. Edit fairing. Build the fairing. Very annoying that that's a thing. Oh, I have got the engine plate is on backwards. Which one is the one that is in symmetry? There we go. So that should be. It's not the engine plate that's in backwards. It was my removing of the symmetry, but now they're in line. That should be better. Yeah. There we go. So we've got the 4 at the top. Oh, sorry, 2 at the top. Yeah, the actual engine plate was fine. It was where I've placed the engines that was wrong. That's fine. It's fine now. That's that bit fixed. So if we real quick just take this off. Where's my center of mass? An area of lift. So let's empty that tank. Let's empty this tank. Let's empty that tank. This tank. This tank. I know what went wrong. Nope, didn't mean to do that. That's not what I was after. Where is my lifty lift? I do not understand why that went wee like that. I don't get it. Look, so, area of lift is obviously down at the bottom. I should flaunt this badge. 5K cheer. You should absolutely flaunt it. I agree. It's blue. It is a blue badge. That is correct. Hi, banana. Okay, we'll try that. I'm not going to bother trying to get this into orbit. Like, I'm not fussed with the second stage. We're not focused on the second stage. We want to get this booster. I mean, the booster's almost there, right? Like, it's almost there. We've seen it. We've seen his banana. Ah! I wonder if those launch clamps are messing with your center of mass location. Could be, but I wouldn't expect the center of mass to have shifted too much because those engines are going to be heavy, right? Like, we've not added any mass at the top. Yeah, it could be the launch clamps. I hadn't thought about the launch clamps, actually. How much mass do the launch clamps have? I'll be annoyed if it is the launch clamps, because I don't actually need them, right? Switch. Okay, so let's take that off. So where's my center of mass at the moment? So we'll do that. And then if I... Wait. Did I refuel all of this anyway? I don't think I did. Oh no, I did. So if we empty the fuel, so that one is going to get locked because that was the last one to drain. That one will be empty. Goes to about 22,000. That one's also empty. And then get rid of the launch clamps. No, the launch clamps weren't doing anything. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Yeah, the launch clamps weren't doing anything, so... I'm just going to load up the craft file we saved. Don't save it. Yeah, I don't quite understand. I think it's to do with the body lift on the fuselages. I think that is what was causing it to flip. It's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. I'm fairly confident I can get this right. Ugh. Boy, I'm getting hungry. That's not a good sign. Like I said, I'm gonna stream for like probably another hour or so. Maybe less than an hour. Beep-a-doop. Beep-beep-a-dip. I hungry, I'm silly. I feel hunger. I feel pain from the hunger. And I'm gonna get angry in a second if Kerbal doesn't load quicker. I know what's bottlenecking my computer. I can fix it at any point. I just need to actually fix it. Staging, staging, staging. There we go. I've got the gimbaling correct now for the engines, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. So if we aim camera here, those three should be the gimbaling engines. They are. That's way more like smoother as well now I've done that. So that's at least one problem solved. And it's also I can have the fancy roll program. I need... Oh. I've done that the wrong way around. Oops. I need that one up. Oh no, 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 no. I need this one up. Well, we may as well have them both up. I'll move them down here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And again, I'm not going to bother with the actual launch of the second stage. That was way more efficient than I normally do. Oh, what am I doing? I need to... Oh, you dickhead! Fat-fingered the Z key. Oh, fat fingers, fat fingers. This is why I used to use a thumb thing for the throttle so I wouldn't accidentally put full throttle on. Stop laughing. It's fine, we'll do that again. It's fine, we'll do that again. Oh dear. The problem is it takes like 5 minutes to do the edit and then I forget that the staging wasn't right. Yes, without the oops this time. No, still didn't get it right. Right. Staging sorted. Third time's a charm. It's what I'm here for the boom booms. Fair enough. Well, in theory, because this is like a test, you know, this is like I'm testing. In theory, because I'm testing a lot of stuff here, it should be quite a lot of boom booms. I'm just saying. Oh boy. Okay. My PC is melting at the moment as well. It's a shame because that launch trajectory was like quite steep, quite a lot more steep than the last. So it would have been interesting if we'd have been able to get that back. What do we need? We need that up. I'll put it down here so you guys can see it. And we need this up. I'll put it down here so you guys can see it. I could put finite control on this as well, but like I said, I'm scared that I'll forget that I've got it on. It's still got like this weird wobble to it. Like I've not got like precise control over this, and that could just be drag maybe? It could be the drag at the top, look, that's causing that. Oh, well. Slight overburn there. Alright, we'll just get that out of the way so I don't have to look at it. Oh, I've... overburned quite a bit here, but this is fine. Well, I have one tank disabled so I don't accidentally use it before I need the landing. We'll go with that. This is higher than I've been previously, so I'm not quite sure this is going to work, but we'll see. It's so that I don't use that fuel until I have the landing. Because that fuel is for landing only. That's why I have it disabled. Because I will forget. Oh, are these meant to be inverted? Yeah, I think so. Oh boy. It's loading in all my junk that I've got over there. Nice! No! Could just set the fuel priority to the lowest setting so it doesn't get used. It's so that I don't accidentally just keep burning when I didn't need to. I wasn't aiming for this, by the way. This was a... Some bits survived. I know, right? I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty pleased with how that went. I'm still... I lost control again. Like, I think... Yeah, I think having those tanks, the tanks that have the fuel in, still need to be lower down towards where the engine is. Kerbal's taking quite a while to load these days. Okay, we should probably clean up my mess that I've got here. There's quite a lot. So this is the only one that we've got that we've actually managed to land. This was the version 3. I think the version 4 is... Are we better? Are we better off? I was definitely able to fly it for longer, but I lost control. Like, I'm losing the roll control. I don't know why it's just like rolling quite a lot. and it's making my eyes spin because I look at the nav ball as a reference point. So when that's spinning, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's causing that. Because in theory, it shouldn't roll, right? Well, we don't want it to roll when it's coming into land. We just want yaw and pitch. So yeah, this was version 3. Version 3 works. And I'm pretty sure version 4, I could land that as well. But I don't seem to be able to direct it the way I'm envisioning it should, at least in my head. Control surfaces all need to be inverted to avoid roll when reversing. For some reason, it tries to compensate as if it's going up forwards. Okay, that could be what happened, maybe? I did invert it halfway down, though. That was when we started having that roll problem, so maybe... I know what it is. I've got the control surfaces on upside down. They're on upside down. That's why. Do you know what I could do? I could add a probe at the bottom of the craft that we control from for landing. We could do that. 2 probe cores, yeah. Because if I add a probe core at the bottom of the craft, then I'm not... That's just going to be a ball ache to do. Actually, no, it won't. It won't be a ball ache. I can do that. Why am I giving you tips when you already figured it out? Nope, didn't mean that. So it needs to be that way around. There we go, and then I can just control from there for landing. Does mean that the engine sticks out a little bit more, so I might bring this in. Yeah, and I should still be able to select that. Stop being so smart, Womble. It's not, yeah, it's, can't help it. It's in my nature. I say it's in my nature, I still managed to crash the vessel. So this is still revision 4, because revision 4 didn't quite work. So up here, I think they are on upside down, right? Because if you think about it, if this was attached to the wing, that bit would be attached to the wing and it's pivoting like that. So it's actually pivoting backwards. So let's also try and rotate these round like that. So now that should work better. We'll try that. I'm not going to mess around with the center of mass because I think that's fine. I think that was fine. I don't think that was the problem. I think it was the control surfaces were backwards. That was why I lost control. Do 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 do. Then reversing the cross surfaces should have done it. I don't know. Might be misremembering things. No, I should be good now. I should be good now. I had the control surfaces on in the orientation as though it was coming front first. That's probably why it flipped, actually, the first time we did revision 4 was because I had the control surfaces on upside down. That's probably why. I should be able to fly it a little bit better now. We'll see. We'll find out. It's not the end of the world. I'll get it. I'm only going to do this for like another half an hour anyway, and then we'll kind of... Right. Yes. Yes. Huh. Yeah, that's because it's reverted control now to the bottom. So if we control from here. So I've got that probe core down at the bottom that's going to be upside down. I'm just... Oh, that's going to be... Yeah, I'm not sure having the probe core upside down is going to help me, actually, because I'm just going to, like, be wanting... Because I use the nav ball, right? So I'm already... My brain's already reversing when I'm coming in for landing. Oh, actually, is it? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this works. We'll see. We'll see. In terms of launch trajectory, though, that worked wonders. Like, the actual launch itself is fine. I'm still getting a little bit of a wobble here, but I don't think I'm ever gonna, like, be able to cut that out. Just with the nature of, number one, how I fly the craft. Number two... number two. The next thing we'll work on is the upper stage. I think I'll probably do that on my own, off stream. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. Like I said, this is the first time I've streamed in like 8 weeks, I think. We'll see. I might never stream again after this stream. I don't know. I'm a busy boy. Busy boy. Yeah, I've still got that weird wobble. I don't know what's causing that. I can't figure it out. It could be... Do I have gyros in here? Maybe that's doing it. Move that out of the way. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my roll program, and I can't figure out what it is. Just with the whole vessel, there's just something not right. Whoops, wrong way. Okay. control from here. Let's see if I've got this right. I don't know if I've got the orientation. No, I haven't. I haven't got the orientation of the probe core correct. Yeah, because my prograde is now going to be my retrograde. So I don't think having the orientation of the probe, like the second probe core, is going to help me. If I pitch up, yeah. We will see. Johnny Crash, name a colonist. Whoops. That's for RimWorld. I'm not playing RimWorld. Actually, you know what? I might be able to, like, this is feeling a little bit more controllable now. I'm gonna have to do radial in for landing, right? Yeah, weirdly enough, this is actually feeling a lot more controllable. I think that was the answer. Ah, I see. I see. I see. Okay, control-wise it's fine, but then when it comes up to the landing, I need to switch back into the reverse as soon as I start the brain. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. I think the probe core... I don't think the probe core's the... Like, having the probe core on upside down, I don't think that's going to help. But, I think we fixed the control issue that I was having. Because now the Avalons are working the correct way. And I'll just reverse it in, and my brain can do reversing, that's fine. That's fine. If I can reverse in Euro Truck Sim, I can reverse in Kerbal. Nice idea, but yeah, it didn't work. And I think it only started to want to flip when the thrust came on, right? That was all because it wanted to go the opposite direction, I think. I got this. Switch back over. Yeah, I'm fairly confident I can get this to land in, like, the exact location I want it to land now. That last flight, apart from right at the end, was like, that was a lot of confidence building for me because I'm like, hold on, this is exactly where I was aiming. I think I can auto adjust in my head it going reverse. I think Kerbal's got this. I think we're good. We'll see. Just need to remember not to leave the fuel unhooked. I'm actually gonna do that. Okay, so there's an issue here. It must be to do with the thrust. There's one of these engines that's not thrusting correctly. No? Interesting. There's definitely an issue here because I'm not able to, like, roll the vessel over without it, like, wanting to flip back on itself. Seems stable now. Kind of. This wobble there, that's what's getting me. Like, the amount of... I don't understand why it wants to do what it's doing. Maybe it's the way that the engine plate is. I think... Yeah. Could be an engine plate issue there. Yeah. Weird. Don't know what's causing that. So I've not had that issue until recently. Oh, don't blow up the craft. I don't know what blew up there, but... Oh, that's what blew up. It was the decoupler. That's fine. I don't need it anyway. Oh, I've not set up my veneer engines correctly. I'm also gonna miss. My boost back burn wasn't boost backy enough. Gonna miss with this one. That's okay. I will do a hover slam. Excuse me? We out of electric charge? Okay, well that's a new fault. That's a new fault. Oh, it's because the battery got blown up. That's what it was. I lost the battery. So what is causing this roll issue at the beginning of the launch? I don't know. I can't think. Find it. It's probably these, to be honest, the Avalons. That's probably what's doing it. Okay, well that's a lot more stable now. Yeah, I think it's the Avalons. That's why it's like got that weird roll. I don't think there's much I can do about it. Yeah, look, there's definitely some form of like roll issue somewhere. Stability control, maybe? Maybe the engines aren't aligned correctly. I don't know. The engine and the engine plate's not aligned. Yeah, cool. I do need to put these in inverted. I forgot about that. I don't want the target. I want the surface, please. Alright, this was about where we lost control last time, right? Oops. A little bit late on my burn. No! 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 You got this! You got this! You got this! You can do this! It bounced. Made it. Hey man, I'm taking that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I only lost like a little bit of things. So I didn't quite get as much good control kind of coming back down, but yeah, that felt better. Felt better. Not bad. Okay. I think that is probably a good point to call it, because I could keep doing this all day and I've got things I need to do for the rest of the day, so I'm not doing it all day. It was fun though. That should be the adjudicator's decision. Yeah. Hey, Fluffy. Welcome in. It should be the adjudicator's decision. You're absolutely right. It's fine. I'm the adjudicator here. It's absolutely fine. It's fine. And yes, I'm doing a Jedi mind trick. Take it easy. Yeah, I will do. I need to go and get some food. I'm legit hungry. Can we just, for a second, show you all the debris that we've got from doing this? Only one successful landing. That was on the Revision 3 unit. I'm confident the Revision 4 is better to land than the Revision 3, the third revision. It definitely controls better. And I think if I'm lucky, I can probably... Well, not if I'm lucky. If I practice, I can probably get it around here like every time. I did overshoot a little bit last time. Because I was over here. But that's fine. A little bit of practice. That's all I need, I think, now. But yeah. I'm gonna call it. I think I need to go and get some food, and then I'm gonna sit and watch the football. It's my plan. It's my plan. Thanks for the stream. No, thanks for all stopping by. I appreciate you all coming in, having not streamed for like 2 months. I appreciate you coming back. Hey, Ice King, how's it going, my dude? Welcome in. Good luck, have fun. Absolutely. Make good choices. Never. Never. Have a good night, evening, noon. Insert time zone here. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Until next time. Later, nerds.